I'm Sith for Life, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. No way back reviews. Today, instead, I'm going over my top 10 favorite figures, Superman figures, in my collection. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Starting off strong at number 10, everyone with the DC Mattel Superman. This is the classic suit with the classic colors. It's the darker blue suit, which is my favorite. It's got the classic Mattel DCUC articulation with the T-hips. But aside from the T-hips and the single jointed elbows, despite the claims, it's almost got modern articulation. It's got bicep swivel, it's got thigh swivel. The ankles could be a little bit better, and like I said, the double jointed elbows. The elbows could be, if the joints were double jointed, they would be a bit better. But overall, these figures still move decently well, and they pose fine. They look good on the shelf. Overall, they're a great collection of figures. I have no issues with them whatsoever, especially for being about 20 years old at this point. There's really not a whole lot to complain about with these guys. So that's why he's at number 10. Number 9, we're moving ahead towards one of Mattel's later offerings with the DC Multiverse Kingdom Come Superman. This isn't my favorite version of the character, but this is one of the best Mattel figures that they made. He has double jointed knees. They got rid of the T-hips. He got a decent ab crunch. He's still single jointed elbows, but he's got biceps and thigh swivels, so there's not it works fine. It still has a rubber cape, which is okay. I prefer cloth goods, but you know, they weren't doing a whole lot of cloth goods when this figure came out. And somewhere around 2016 or 17, I think, is when this figure came out. But shortly after this came out, Mattel lost the license and it went to McFarlane. But this is one of their later offerings. It's a good offering. I like this figure, but not my favorite version of the character. But I like this figure. For number 8, we're going back to DCUC with this Electric Superman. I'm including both Electric Red and Blue in this numbering, but I just had the blue out, red still on the shelf. These are great figures. I know these was a weird time in the comics, but I love these costumes. I love the idea, and this execution of the suit was pretty solidly done. The paint and everything, these accessories, the arm ones are a little loose. They like to fall off if you bump it, but other than that, they look great. My only complaint is that this back piece is a plug and you can't remove it. These shoulder lightning pieces are stuck in place, but that's not a huge deal. They still look good on the shelf. So yeah, he's at number 8. Number 7, we're moving back up to DC Direct's DC Icons line. This is a near perfect Superman figure. It's got double jointed arms, elbows, and knees. It's got ankle pivots. It's got bicep swivel. No thigh swivel, but it works fine without it. It has an ab crunch and a diaphragm joint. Overall, this is a almost perfect Superman figure. The only thing holding it back is scale. It is true 6-inch scale. Now, that's not the end of the world. There's still plenty of figures that go well with true 6-inch. Obviously more other DC icons, your DC Direct animated series are all true 6-inch. It would go well with like Dragon Stars type figures. Goku and all that would be fun to play with. But other than scale, if it wasn't for scale, this would be a perfect figure. But the true 6-inch holds it back. So that's why it's as low as it is on the list. Number 6, we're going to the only 7-inch figure on this collection in this video, and that is the DC Direct History of the DC Universe Superman as Nightwing. To the best of my knowledge and what I can find, this is the only version of this character in action figure form. We have never gotten a one before this or since, and it's quite a shame because it's an amazing version. This it's a very simple costume. It's a very simple design, but it's so, I don't know. It's different. It's just a great figure. Well, it's a DC Direct, so it's not a great figure. It's very limited articulation. It has single jointed elbows and knees, but they don't really move that much. It does have calf swivels and bicep swivels, but they don't really make a whole lot of difference. The legs don't move a whole lot. The head is on a ball joint, so it kind of moves around a little bit. And it has a diaphragm cut, but you get like a millimeter of movement out of it. But despite all that, it's making it this far on the list because it is the only version of this character, and I love this version. And I really would love to see a 6.5-inch scale version of this, but that will probably never happen. And number 5 is the DC Kong Studios / Pop Mart Kingdom Come Superman. This is possibly the best quality-wise Superman figure in my collection. It's, again, not my favorite version. Kingdom Come is great. I love it. Alex Ross is a legendary artist. This just isn't my favorite suit. It's not my favorite version of the character. That said, I have zero complaints about this figure. The base body that they use has all the articulation you could need. The proportions are perfect. The sculpting is good. The material they use is very thin, so like the muscle definition pops out very well. And this head sculpt is probably the best head sculpt in my collection. It is a perfect Alex Ross Superman head sculpt. This 6-inch head sculpt rivals even the 12-inch Hot Toys figures in my collection. It is that good. So that's why he's made it to number 5 on the list. Number 4 is going to the Mezco Return of Superman figure. This is a phenomenal 6.5-inch scale figure. The only drawback is the leather suit. So far it's held up. I've had it for several months and it's been in dynamic posing most of that time, and it seems to be holding up just fine. There's no major creasing, no issues so far, but time will tell if that remains the case. I like this version of Superman more than the Kingdom Come. It's the base body isn't as good as the that Pop Mart Kong Studios Superman, but this version of the character means more to me than the Kingdom Come version. So that's why he's made it up to number 4 on the list. Number 3 is going to Superman the Animated Series. This is the DC Direct figure that came in the 2-pack with Lois, which is Lois is another great figure, but this Superman, while it's not the best articulation wise, it's got those T hips and single jointed elbows and knees, is one of the most iconic versions of this character to me. I grew up with Superman the Animated Series and Justice League and all that, and when I think Superman, the first thing that comes to mind is Superman the Animated Series. And that made this figure a must-have. It took a long time to find one at a price that I was willing to pay. I was glad I did. absolutely ecstatic to have it, and I'll be doing a more in-depth video of this figure and the Lois in the future. So stay tuned for that. At number 2 is the Batman Hush line Superman from Mafex. This is my currently my only Mafex DC figure, but it has convinced me that I need to pick up more. I will absolutely be picking up as many of these as I can, which isn't going to be a lot because they're expensive. I can't spend that much every week on a single figure, but I ended up getting this one for a decent deal, and I am so glad I did. I understand fully why so many people put this one at the top of their list. It's got all the articulation, it's got double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, it's got all the ankle pivots and toe joints, diaphragm joints good. You can get them in all sorts of dynamic posing, whether it's flights or punching, fighting. The cape has got a good weight to it, but not so heavy that the wiring doesn't work. You can get that cape to stick out just fine. I mean, it works great. I don't have. I wish it was a little bit darker blue. That's about my only issue. This isn't my. I don't like the lighter blue as much as the darker blue, but other than that, this is a near perfect figure. And sitting at number 1 is a figure that is very near and dear to me, because this is the figure that I grew up with. I've had this figure since it came out in like 2005, 2006. So I've had it for basically 20 years. And it's the only one I still have from my early childhood. And I don't have the whole set. I've lost the helmet somewhere. It's supposed to have a little space mask because Superman needs a space mask, you know. But I still have the net, and it still works flawlessly. And this, albeit not great articulation, it's not in scale with anything, just the sentimental value alone brings this figure up to number 1 in my list. It is purely for the nostalgia and the sentimental value. Like I said, it's not a great figure, but it is easily my number 1. So there you have it, my top 10. These aren't all the best figures out there quality wise. Some of them are, some of them aren't, but these are the figures that mean the most to me in my collection, and they will probably never leave the collection. These are ones that are going to stick around for a long, long time. What would be your top 10? Do you have a top 10 Superman figures, or top 10 anything? What are you passionate about? This Superman is the number 1 for me, but you know, what do you like? What are your top 10 whatever? Let me know in the comments down below. But that's about all I've got for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again soon.